You said this to me before, or you've written it as well. It's like, don't be annoyed with your kids when you have to parent them. And I've thought that several times in the last few years. When my kids come out for the fourth time after we put them to bed, and I want to sit and relax, and they need parenting. And there's in the back of my brain that Paul Tripp, like, hey, don't be annoyed with your kids that you have to be a parent, because those are the things that he's using to transform my heart. If Luella wouldn't have interrupted you then, you would have just kept going. It wouldn't have been a moment that you needed transformation. You needed that galvanizing effect in your life to steal you towards walking with Jesus more often.
And Luella really does believe that if her eyes ever see or her ears ever hear my sin, weakness, and failure, it's not an interruption. It should not be an awkward moment. It's grace. That's grace operating. God has her in my life. God opens her eyes in ways that my eyes are closed, her ears in ways that my ears are closed, because he loves me. And he'll raise up somebody to just lovingly speak into my life. I mean, that's just, it's all the beautiful process that we're talking about. And you can be so unapproachable. One of the things that I think is a clear indication of a love for God's convicting rescue is to ask yourself the question, do the people in my life know me as approachable? Do they see me as approachable? Or do they have to work themselves up in a frenzy to confront me because they know it's going to be an argument, because they know I'm going to get angry and defend myself? And if we're going to have these relationships that this works, we have to be committed to the humility of approachability and to the courage of loving honesty. Now, loving honesty is important because truth not spoken in love ceases to be truth, gets bent and twisted by other agendas. Right. But this process that we're talking about is it's the argument for the presence of God, argument for the magnitude and patience of his love. It's not something to be resisted. It's something to be deeply grateful for and move toward.